All right, hello. I'm going to be talking about the different characteristics of autism spectrum disorder. And some of the characteristics are cognitive and neurological characteristics, which could be delayed speech, language impairment. Some examples of those could be maybe the child isn't babbling or making any kind of, baby talk by age 1, not responding to his or her name. Some intellectual disabilities can also be a factor based off IQ, fine motor delays, and neurological disorders, which I thought was interesting. So this was a quote I found, and it was sleep disorders, especially insomnia, occur in up to 83% of children with ASD, which I thought was pretty high. And then along with epilepsy is reported up to 1/3 of children with autism. With behavioral and sensory characteristics, a lot of children with autism have restricted repetitive behaviors, which maybe they're getting stuck in a behavior, maybe they're playing with a toy and they're not ready to transition to the next activity, and they're doing this over and over again. It is more frequent in young adults or children to be getting stuck in these activities, and I think maybe as the individual grows older, it becomes less severe in older individuals than younger. Another thing is that individuals with autism also like to excessively line up objects, whether that's toys, books, any daily item. And it's best to really keep a structured routine to limit any severe outbursts. I found in my student teaching, we had an individual who needed the visual routines to make sure, okay, I come into school, I hang out my backpack, I get out my folder, and things like that. And it was a quick visual for him to remind himself what his responsibilities are when he first gets to school. Some other behavioral characteristics could be flapping their arms, rocking side to side, or twirling. And some sensory could be maybe when they're overstimulated, maybe the clothing material or the tag on their jacket is scratching them, and that, maybe causes an outburst. Or if there's a lot of loud noises, maybe in crowds, if there's a school assembly going on, that could also stimulate the child to maybe have some extreme behaviors. There we go. So communication and language characteristics for parents and teachers or anyone who works with children, I think it's essential to be knowledgeable about the normative infant and toddler development stages. If maybe you're a parent and you're thinking, my child I think should be responding to their name, be able to say phrases, and communicate with other peers their age, and maybe they're not doing so, I would contact a physician. So some of these language impairments can be if an individual's not quite saying one-word phrases by 16 months and two-word phrases by 2 years of age, there could be a language impairment there, along with not responding to their name. Some red flags maybe that parents should be aware of are maybe they don't respond to their name, they can't explain what he or she wants, which I see a lot of working in an elementary school, that an individual will be very upset but can't quite verbalize what is wrong or what they need. Same thing with following directions and doesn't point or wave bye-bye. Some social characteristics. I think these ones are the most noticeable, especially in young children, where they're failing to develop peer relationships. They're not sure how to appropriately respond. They maybe don't smile, and they have a low ability to sustain genuine conversations. Lack of sharing of enjoyment. Maybe they're at a birthday party or a family event where everyone's having a good time and they just don't look like they're enjoying themselves, lack of social and emotional reciprocity, and some nonverbal behaviors could be that if you're talking to an individual and maybe they can't control eye contact, they're eye gazing, and unable to read other people's facial expressions or body language. And here are a few sites that I found and put together a little works cited page where I found my resources. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed my video.